Smile. Smile for the camera. Smile for the camera, boo. Hey, Mr. Paydoodle, I'm talking to you. He doesn't listen to me at all. At all. And Jerry will come and just bark out orders, and he listens to him. Must be the male undertones in his voice and all the other stuff that comes with men. He's definitely all boy. Anyhow, I bet you're wondering why I didn't get to the Green Witch reading. Yeah, I suck. Not really, but it's just been one of those weeks, and I do want to apologize. What I'm gonna do, I am going to tomorrow or tonight make like 3 videos of me just reading the book, and I'm gonna start from the beginning, and you don't have to re-listen to it if you don't want to, but it's been so long you might want to. And then I'll post them once a week, but I'm just gonna get it all done in one sitting. And so I'm gonna, like I said, I'll have that up. I hope I will have that up pretty soon. The first one. I'm gonna make it into like 3 or 4 videos, depending on how fast I get through the book. So anyway, my last video, I was telling you about what was going on with the whole 23andMe thing, and it's just been a serious roller coaster ride since then. I did reach out to my half sister, and she replied. She's a beautiful woman. Anyway, we were corresponding through email, and it got to the point where she's like, listen, you need to call me, because what I have to say, it would just be easier to just say it than type all this out. Because, I was getting into detail in my emails, and I brought up Robert Beer's name, Bobby Beers, whom I thought was my father and her father. And I'm clamoring on, about him, and I, typed his name out, and she proceeds to tell me on the phone that that's not her father. And I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? Oh, wow, Mom, you know. I was thinking things, like, geez, Mom. Anyway, there was a moment there where I'm like, okay, so this guy isn't my father. So my father is my half-sister's dad, who's still married. Her parents have been married for 50 years. It's a long time. And she wanted to tread lightly with this news, which I don't blame her. And I wouldn't want her to tear her family apart at all. Not at all. I would rather be satisfied with just some pictures, and maybe a video or 2 of him, just to, But anyway, this was very upsetting, to say the least. And laughing too at the same time. But then she calls me up and tells me, your father is Bobby Beers. My father's Bobby Beers too. Apparently, her dad was messing around, and her mom kind of had a a revenge effing with Robert Beers, whom she worked with. And so her father is actually Robert Beers. I mean, you can't make this shit up. I mean, this is the kind of crap, that Jerry Springer, provides. It's just like, whoa. No, no. And I just put myself out there. I gave her this YouTube channel. I don't know if she'll come to it or not, but if she does, hi Michelle. I put myself out here because I'm a weird one, and I was like, should I give it to her? I don't want her to hate me and think I'm a wackadoo. This world's wackadoo, not me. Anyway. So I went from him not, it just goes back, it was going back and forth. I was like watching them all being over in that back and forth. And so, yeah, my snarkiness, Fire Drake, I'm sorry, man. I should have just not even been on commenting. I don't let that kind of shit bother me. That's where I'm at right now, though, and I do apologize. I hope you accept my apology. That's not who I am and who I want to be. I'm just just instill me, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry, though. After I pushed it, I actually thought to myself, that's kind of snarky, Fire Drake, he's just, trying to catch those that aren't getting it, too, and I didn't go back and change it. I was just being a bitch, and I'm sorry. I made some rose water. My daughter got me roses for my birthday, and then she brought, and they were really pretty. They were like magenta. They weren't, deep blood red. It had hints of pink in it, and like a pinkish red. And then I got another dozen of red roses from my niece. She got them from some admirer, and she didn't want to look at them. Of all the problems to have. Anyway, I took them and used them for rose water, and it's really easy depending on how many roses you have. Depends on how much water you use, because you don't want a big pot of water and just a few roses floating in it. You just want them barely, covering the roses. And you just simmer it until they lose all of their color, basically. And then you want to put that pot in a bucket of ice, and so it'll cool down super duper fast. And then you strain the roses out, and I'll show you what the end product is. I'm sorry. This is the end product. And I had a bunch of these bottles I had bought. And so I gave a bunch out as gifts. I just love this. It's so good for your hair. It's so good. And I put a couple of real rose buds in there. It's so good for your hair and your skin. Oh, it's just, I love this stuff so much. So much. But I'll tell you what, this stuff stains fabric. So if you're worried about that, you can get white roses, and then, you wouldn't have that problem. And plus, I used 2 different kinds. So you can make all different variations with the different colored roses, which is a beautiful thing. And then I also made a herbal blend mix, and it's an ode to the black fungus fly. It's called Black Fungus Fly Herbal Mix. I was down there trimming up and I dehydrated it in my dehydrator, and it's an ode to the black fungus fly. And it's got every single herb that's down there in it. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. You want to see what I made last night? Papaya. Papaya. Yeah, at 1:30 in the morning, I'm in here cooking apple pies. Oh, a weird one, right? My grandson was the first to have a slice of it. And I woke up this morning and the house still smelled like warm apple pie. Oh my gosh, it smelled so good in here. Better than any candle could ever be. Better than any candle could ever be. So anyway, I'm going to make my sister a quilt. And I got 3 going. It's not going to be this one because I have that one on my bed. I'll remind you. Actually, I'm going to ask her what her favorite color is. But I'm thinking this denim one that I've been working on would be. So that's going to match that one there. And this has a sheet on the back. You can use whatever you want on the back. You can make something fuzzy on the back or a sheet, depending on what you want on your skin. So I got 2 going right now. I have this denim one. And I sewed these little squares on these big squares, and then see how the denim, like, you know, like an old pair of jeans. And then I was thinking about embroidering, like some ladybugs or something on it like that. And then patch it together like that. And then I have this one over here I'm working on. And I have this purple sheeting for the backing. And so we'll have to see. If you're here, Michelle, you could chime in and let me know which one you like better, because I want to make it for you. Okay, guys, I will get the Green Witch book read, and in segments, at least 3 or 4, depending on how long, and I will start posting those. And I'm sorry about the hold up. Not that it's gonna affect your life or anything like that. It's just that I said I would, and I haven't. So when I tell somebody I'm gonna do something and I don't do it, it bothers me. Okay, so I forgot to. I'm not gonna go down there because I was messing with these plants. I was treating all my house plants up here. And I got to change my clothes before I go down there. But I had forgot to show you last time. I had bought 4 root balls of 3 different kinds of grape plants. I got 2 Concord, and they're all seedless too. And then I got a deep red one, and then the white ones. And then I got a root ball of a fig tree. And so I got those planted because I got to reading on the package when I was in like in a plastic bag with holes in it. And it's been sitting around here forever. I was like, gosh, I hope they're not dead. But it said to plant as soon as you purchase them, basically. And I didn't do that because, well, it was too cold outside. So I went ahead and put them in buckets. And they're shooting off everywhere. You got it. Oh, so yeah, I'm gonna put those out back along the fence line this year, this spring. And then I got, I'm gonna be making another video because I got another garbage dumpster find out at a construction site. This it's like a pallet, but so it'll lift up my plants when I start, because I'm going to start some more seeds, vegetables. That's why I was treating up here, and I brought all the plants out of my bedroom out here, and so I'm going to start them back there, but I'm going to take that and turn it into a small little greenhouse with some of that plastic, and as soon as they sprout, I'm putting them out there. I'm gonna give them the peroxide water treatment, spray the corners with neem oil, and put them out there in this little makeshift greenhouse I'm gonna make. So you can be looking forward to seeing that too. Looks like it's gonna rain here today. Looking like it's gonna rain. I guess it was raining out west. It's weird how you can drive just a mile and the weather changes so dramatically. That's where I dumped my roses from. The rose, I figured I'd just dump them over here by the lilac bush and let it benefit from what's left. Let's see how it had the pink in there. It's really got some of its color back. They were really translucent when I filtered it out. I'm so ready to plant, guys. I'm so ready to plant. I'm so ready to plant. Yeah, cover your face. Alright. I gotta change my clothes so I can go downstairs. Say bye, boo. Mr. Playdoodle. He needs a bath today. In fact, I think I'm gonna go do that real quick before I change my clothes. I'll talk to you guys later.